on Nova Legends podcast, I have Westfield Soccer, a team that I feel is probably a little bit underrated. They've the last 2 years they've won 28 games, lost just four, and tied three. Two heartbreaking penalty knockouts. So been dying to talk to these guys. Have a lot of respect for them. With me today we have Ethan O'Connor, he's a junior. Seems like he's been there a long time. As a junior, I know we're going to hear a lot more from Ethan. We got Kevin O'Connor, his older brother. They got a family of athletes that have been kicking some butt over at Westfield. Kevin is graduated. He played center back. He's going to Creighton in Nebraska. I forgot to mention Ethan plays the wing, I think generally for the high school team, but definitely an attacker. We got Joel Geraban. Hope I got that right. Joel's coming back. He's a senior, plays midfield. Got some wicked direct kicks, free kicks. You guys have a lot of guys on the team that are really good at free kicks, so you never know who's going to do it. Joel always has the fresh haircut going as well. Always knows about Joel. And then we got Nick Ribera. Nick's midfielder, plays essential defense. He's going to Stevenson College in Maryland, and he's going to play soccer there. So, guys, great to meet you. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Sure. Thank you for having us.
Oh, of course. It's about time. Now, I mentioned that you guys were underrated. Do you guys feel like you're underappreciated, that we don't talk about Westfield enough? Do you guys feel like you're in the western corner of the county? Maybe you guys got kind of, there's all the McLean talk and all the now the Herndon talk going on. Do you guys feel Westfield's been underrated, underappreciated?
Yeah, I think we are. I mean, if you think about it, we're the truth. Westfield's the truth. We should be all the way up there, if anything. But yeah, I mean, underrated. Some people view us in different ways. Some people say we're overrated. That's what I've heard. But yeah, definitely. I think even if we're rated up here, I think we're still underrated.
It's hard to say. To me, you guys have everything. You got attackers, you got defense, you got size. You can score off direct kicks. You guys defend well. You got a nice goalie. I don't really see a lot of weakness. And then I thought you're well coached. So to say you're overrated would be a surprise. And plus, you won all the games, so I don't really know what more you could do. Anyone else want to chime in on this?
Yeah, I'll add on to that. I think based on what Nick said about like the overrated stuff, I think that's the viewpoint that other teams had on us. They would see that we would be winning all these games, but they wouldn't actually give us the respect towards us, thinking that they could just kind of like do whatever they wanted with us. But then they would eventually, I would say, learn the hard way until, of course, the regional semifinals, of course. But yeah, I think you could say either underrated or overrated, just depending on which like teams they were.
I guess it depends on who's talking.
Yeah.
Ethan and Joel, what do you guys think?
I mean, based off of what Kevin said, I think it go both ways, depending on the team, whether it's a stronger team or I guess you could say weaker team. But I mean, I don't think we were ever underrated. I think our record kind of spoke for itself. I mean, we very, very few losses. Of course, they're regional semifinal, but other than that, I mean, I guess just final say is I guess we could be both.
Yeah. Joel, I think you did. It was Nick that talked. Was it Joel? Did you go yet?
Yeah, I really agree with everyone. I thought we were really good the past 2 years, but yeah, I mean, there's some really good teams out there, a lot of competition, and yeah, all the teams had kind of respect for each other, but we had a pretty big rivalry with McLean.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed. I mean, Herndon and McLean's a great rivalry, but this year it was more of a friendly rivalry. I was kind of it would have been fun to see the Herndon rematch. I mean the McLean rematch. Ethan and I had messaged about that, and I thought that would have been after they knocked down your fence last year by your stands, and they were taking the shirt off. And then I mean the first game this year there was red cards on each team. I think that would have been massive. How about if you guys gotten over that loss? Let's just the folks who weren't paying attention. They Westfield, they led Herndon for a lot of the game. Herndon tied the game up after a rain delay in the second half in the regional semifinal, and that's the game that really decides who goes to the state playoffs. and you guys it went to penalties. You guys lost in penalties, and you lost the same way the year before against McLean. Unfortunately, that was a very even game too. Either team could have won that game against McLean in 2024. But have you guys thought a lot about it this summer? Has it been hard to get over it? If you spent a lot of time thinking about that game?
I spent a lot of time thinking about that game, mostly because I think this year the whole team was kind of a family. We all had a really great bond with each other, and I think knowing that that was the last game we'll play together was a pretty hard pill to swallow, especially since we lost the same way in the year prior to that. I mean, exact same way. Rain delay, we concede very early after that rain delay, losing pens. It's definitely hard, but I mean, it's something that I probably won't ever get over, just because it was my last game ever with my brother, and honestly, just the team as a family.
That's right. Ethan, that was a rain delay the year before as well.
Yeah, another rain delay. Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. I forgot all about that. And who led at the rain delay the year before?
It was always
it was
us.
us. We led 1-0, the same exact score.
That's right. Oh my God, I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
Kevin, what about you? If I mean your soccer career may be over, you might play club at Creighton. I'm sure you'll play adult leagues and stuff. Probably the real your competitive career is probably about over. Was it hard for you to get over that loss this summer?
It wasn't. It didn't really hit me at all until like kind of like right after the game, when like it was kind of just like me and my family kind of just like enjoying the moment for the last time, because it makes you think back to all the amazing moments throughout like my soccer career, even dating back to like the academy days with like my first club, or the house days where it's just like dad coaching me and stuff like that. But I wasn't too bummed about the loss because I thought that we had an amazing like season, even without like the success factor. I had a good time, which was all I really cared about going into the season. So as long as I enjoyed it and we made a lot of good memories, that's like all I cared about, honestly.
Yeah. Joel or Nick, you guys want to go on this one?
Yeah. I mean, I felt like I thought about it a good amount because, as you know, I missed the first penalty in that game. So, that had a big factor of emotions on me. And yeah, it just really hurt that I'm not going to play with any of these or all the senior boys again, because they're all going off to separate ways. And yeah, like Ethan said, we just had a different bond with everyone, and we were just a big family.
Yeah. Joel, I couldn't tell from the NFHS. I had left the game because I was so sure it was going to be canceled because they had tornado watch come in, and I was like, well, at least I can go home and watch it. And my son was hungry, so I went home. But it looked like from the internet footage that he may have saved it, or it may have hit the post, but I really couldn't tell. Did he save it? The first shot?
I think I just hit the post on that one.
Yeah, I couldn't. Sorry to bring that back up.
It's all good.
Yeah, Nick, yeah. That's the way it is. That's the way it is in soccer. At least you stepped up. Nick, what about you? Have you spent a lot of time thinking about it?
Definitely, I'd say it didn't really hit me until like a few days after. Like I'm just like sitting in my room, like, oh, let's go. We got practice tomorrow, but we don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, right after the game, it was definitely like a little bit of a like relieving moment too, because we were kind of stressing throughout the season. But yeah, I mean, it definitely hurt though. Definitely hurt. I was too scared to take the penalty. And then, yeah, we lost, but I'd say it didn't hit until a few days after where, we're all together. I was hanging out with Joel. He started crying. He was talking about like how he missed the PK, but whatever. But yeah, now we live, we learn.
Yeah.
Definitely wish we could have those moments back. I look at my phone at all the memories from like the practices and the games, the bus rides and all that. And, I miss it. I miss it every day still till today.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just takes time.
There was I did it live during the penalties. You guys may have seen it. And somebody was teasing, I think it's Giannis or Yannick. It's Giannis, right?
Yeah.
Someone was teasing him about missing the penalty. And I'm just like, that's someone who's never competed themselves, because, it can happen to anybody, and everyone knows how painful that is, or it could be, depending on what sport you played. So I thought that was unfortunate. Well, we'll get back to that game a little bit later. I did want to ask when Herndon ended up winning the whole thing, did it make you guys happy? Were you happy to know that Herndon won the state championship?
I was hoping McLean won it.
Really?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
because like
Those are our boys.
Yeah, they're our boys. They're like frenemies in a way.
That's interesting. I would have thought you guys would rather have Herndon win it.
No,
Nah.
because like Herndon beat us, so we didn't want him to win.
Me personally, I was kind of hoping that Herndon won because I have a couple friends on that team. I mean, O2. I guess I know him. I've known him for a little bit. But I mean, it's kind of nice knowing that the team you almost beat went on to win states.
Yeah. Kevin, you agree with that, or?
I was hoping they would lose right after that game. I was hoping Wakefield would win it all, honestly.
Yeah,
Actually,
would
not,
be cool.
not even Wakefield. I hope that all of them would lose and then someone from the other region would win.
Yeah. It would have been a shame this year though, because I mean Garfield was an excellent team, definitely on the same level as you guys and McLean and all that stuff. But
Yeah, but
it
I
would have
like
been a shame to me. What's that?
I like to think of it this way: like we beat Herndon on earlier in the season, so if you think about it, we won states. You know,
That's right. You guys are the state champion because you beat them first, and we all know that matters. Well, how would you describe the Herndon rivalry, though? I mean, is it? I saw you guys play twice. I was at both games. I didn't see a lot of trash talking, or there were definitely physical games. But how would you guys characterize the Herndon rivalry?
I wouldn't even really consider it a rivalry. I would just call it just two good teams going against each other, because if you really considered a rivalry, you would look at the game like McLean, where there's a lot of trash talk. There's a lot of, hate being thrown towards one another. And I don't think there was really that much hate between us and Herndon, because even after the game when Herndon beat us, they were very respectful. And like when they won, their first like resort was to celebrate. And then after that was to come and like congratulate us on our season. As for McLean, the year prior to that, they were, rubbing in our faces just because of all that bad blood. But, I wouldn't even consider it a rivalry with Herndon, in my opinion.
Actually, Coach Steffi went to you guys and checked on you guys before he went to his own team to celebrate. I thought that was a very classy move from Coach.
I agree with Kevin. I mean, I think
the Mexico trip probably won't happen.
The people on Herndon, I mean, all the players, honestly, they're all very nice. I mean, during the game at one point, I was just having a conversation with one of their center backs, just a nice, chill conversation. So they're a very nice team, very good sportsmanship. So I wouldn't consider it a rivalry either.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're a classy bunch. So Nick and Joel, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree. I don't really see it much as a rivalry. Like when you think as a rivalry, you see like Barca and Real Madrid. A lot of fouls, a lot of yellow, red cards. But in those two games, I felt like it was a pretty chill game, like what Kevin said, just two good teams going at it.
Yeah, definitely physical, but I didn't think there was a lot of trash talking and stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Nick, you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we know a lot of them too, because Herndon's pretty close to Westfield, as well as like we have people on our team that live in Herndon. So yeah, I mean, definitely a lot of friends, from both teams, but yeah, definitely like a pretty scrappy game. I mean, that happens to like everyone, two good teams gonna get physical. Yeah.
I've always been surprised Herndon's not in your district instead. I think when I was coming up, I went to Robinson. Herndon was in the district with Chantilly and I guess what's now the Concord. So it's different. I don't know how they even decide those things. Well, let's go to McLean. Now you may have heard. Well, let's just first of all, how would you guys characterize the McLean rivalry? We talked about this, and I guess it's more of a frenemy thing, which I didn't realize. But to me, after you guys played this year, I got messages from all the McLean kids saying, "You should have seen what happened, Mr. Brown. You had to see what happened." Because I didn't see it, but I guess there was some stuff after the game going on. And the year before, as we've talked about, the fence coming down and the shirts coming off. But anyway, let's talk a little bit more about the McLean rivalry. That's definitely a rivalry.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I think after last year, the way they celebrated that win, just the kids, I don't know. I mean, the way they celebrated their win last year, it honestly it ignited something in me that wanted to get I wanted to get revenge on them. I mean, I wanted to win. I mean, after we beat them in the regular season, honestly, that was a very, very very big step for our team. I mean, it felt really good to beat the team after what they did last year.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, yeah, to add on to what Ethan was saying, I think after that loss to them in the playoffs, I think every single one of us that was returning had that game circled on our calendar. I think all of us really knew that this was the one game that we really wanted to care about for the season. And that energy was being thrown around our team with everyone. Everyone was set on that game. Everyone was ready to win. We were not going to go out of that game without winning. But with everything that happened during that match with the red cards and stuff, we kind of had to put our head down and work even harder. So it just seemed like we would care a lot more with games against them than it would be with other people.
Yeah, exactly. So, Joel and Nick, did you guys want to add something?
Yeah, it was pretty heartbreaking for us losing to them in the regional semifinal because I felt like that team should have gone very far and we came up short.
Yeah, it was great. It was a great team.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick, and you're on board with that?
Yeah, I mean, it was our first game too, which makes it even funnier. We wanted to start off the season strong, especially since I guess they're our rivals. I mean, we all went into that game thinking we're either winning or we're just quitting the rest of the season. So and then it was pretty personal too. A lot of trash talking, a lot of fights. I mean, early on in the game, our keeper got a red card, which held us back a lot. And then, but yeah, definitely something big. Probably the biggest game that we played the whole season, even if it was our first game.
It's a lot of fun. Now, did the rivalry start back when Gage was around? Because a lot of the Herndon McLean rivalry started with Gage Lions.
Who's Gage?
I guess that was 2 or 3 years ago. Did your rivalry start with Gage's class, or did it come the year after that?
I think the year after.
Wait, who's Gage?
Oh, okay. Gage is the player. He's doing great. He played for Army last year. He transferred to Cal Irvine. He's just a great goal scorer, great poacher, and he talked a lot of trash online as well. And he loved to get the crowds riled up, and he would celebrate and stuff. But he was definitely the cause. He was definitely the cause of the Herndon rivalry. But I guess, Kevin, you may have been around. Did you play against Gage, Kevin?
I probably most likely did not, considering I was on JV for my first 2 years of high school.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. So the rivalry basically started last year when you guys played that first game. When you guys, I think, was it a tie? It was a tie. You guys tied them. Yeah.
I mean, even then, for the first game, honestly, they weren't even that bad. I mean, there wasn't a lot of trash talk the first game, but after they beat us in the regional semifinal, that's kind of when they started talking a lot of trash.
They were shocked that you guys were so good because I think they were flying high, thinking they were going to kill everybody, and you guys played them really tough, and they were really surprised that you guys were able to do that last year. So what about the Concord rivalries? Are they pretty strong? I mean, I would think Oakton's a pretty intense team. I mean, do you guys have rivalries? I know that Centerville's got to be a natural rival, and they've had some great players. What's the midfielder's name that was so good last year? But anyway, talk
David
about
O, probably.
What's that?
I think you're thinking about David O. He's really good.
Yeah, David O. But what was the other guy that transferred from Langley?
Oh, Carlos.
Carlos was a really good player too. But anyway, talk about some of the Concord rivalries.
Oakton.
Go ahead, Nick.
Oakton. I mean, we went into the game thinking it was going to be a piece of cake. We were definitely wrong about that. Yeah. I mean, the first half it was 3-0. We were like, we need to lock in or we're not gonna win. So I mean, the coach gave us a pretty big talk. We ended up winning 5-3. We were going crazy. It was a really good 4-3. It was a really good atmosphere. It was raining, which made it even better, more intense. But yeah, I mean, that's a pretty big rival there because we were the top 2 in the seed. So it's definitely something personal.
I thought Michael Desselin had a great game that night. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a great game. Yeah.
Yeah. What about the rest of you guys? What about I mean, like Oakton, does Oakton talk trash? I mean, is that a kind of rivalry like
Yeah, I
Oakton?
mean,
They
Oakton,
talked a lot. Yeah.
we have like for us, we have like a little theme song. It's One Kiss. I think it's by Dua Lipa. So we were blasting that for the game, right?
Like in front of their warm up.
In front of their warm ups, because we warmed on their practice field, and then so they were just right next to us, and we were just blasting it. I mean, we were all just like we're all just super jolly.
We just troll.
We kind of just like not taking it seriously, and then when they went up 3-0, when I could hear them singing it, like trying to like taunt us and stuff. So honestly, that kind of made me a little mad. so after halftime, like Nick said, coach gave us a little talk, and that after we finally had to lock in and finish the game and win the game.
Yeah, Oakton is a strange team because like some nights they're unbelievably good, and the other nights they don't play well at all. They were really up and down this year. It was hard to tell. On their best night, they're very hard to beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, to hear about their losses in the playoffs came to us as a surprise in a way.
Yeah,
sure.
especially in the Concord district tournament. They lost to Chantilly in the semifinal. I think that was a big shock. I mean, I thought
we thought for sure we'd play them again.
Yeah, we thought for sure we'd see Oakton in the Concord district final, but
yeah, I agree.
Chantilly, that's also a great team. I mean, credit to them, and they played great.
I think they're going to be a team to watch in the future because they were very young this year. I mean, I don't think anyone expected them to be good, and they had some really nice young players.
Yeah, I know a couple players. They're Tommy.
Yeah, like Luwal. Luwal's really good.
Yeah, Luwal's good. Kyle Hammer. They have a lot of good players. I mean, they I mean, especially since last year, I think they won like one game. So obviously this year it was a big improvement for them, and I think definitely they'll be good next year.
Yeah, they'll be an exciting team to watch for sure.
Yeah, when you look at players coming back, they've got to be one of the favorites for next year.
Definitely.
I mean, you guys and them, and Jesus, I mean, there was like 26 of the 30 all-region players from both regions were seniors. It's unbelievable how much talent has graduated. I'm sure there'll be young players that we don't even know about now. So anyone else want to talk about Chantilly? You guys, yeah. And then the rest of the district, I guess Centerville was probably a little bit down this year, right? And then South Lakes had a couple quality players, and they had some nice results, but they probably lost a lot more games than they won.
Yeah, I mean, I think Centerville, honestly, they're like our whole school rival. Like it's always Westfield Centerville. But this year, I think we underestimated them. I think they played us really well. They took us to like the final play. Honestly,
it was like the 88th minute.
Yeah, Giannis scored a winner like last minute. So very good team. I think they surprised us. Was not expecting that, to be honest, but I mean, I'm glad we came through with the win.
We did that with a lot of our games though this year. I feel like a lot of our games we could have easily. I don't want to say easily, but we could have played a lot better than we were. But we would usually keep it close for like no reason. Like we should have just been like putting our like foot on their throats basically the whole time.
I think it's good though. I think it's always good if you can win close games because it teaches you to execute when the score is close. And when you win 3-0, sometimes when you finally do get in a close game, you're not quite as sharp as you probably could be.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Nick and Joel, do you want to talk about the South Lakes or Centerville?
Yeah, I mean, I think our district was all like pretty good teams. Like no one was at a low level. Everyone was a competition. But yeah, I mean, that's really it. South Lakes was a good team. Chantilly was a great team. Yeah, Centerville, close game. Should have not been a close game, but yeah.
I would say about Concord every year, maybe not this year. Yeah, maybe this year. There's always an upset in the first round of districts in the Concord. Since I've been following it, it's always like a team like a South Lakes. They've struggled the last few years in the regular season, but they'll come in, they'll get an upset in the that first round of the districts, which is a knockout game. That's that's the biggest game of the year until then. So if you guys could have one player from another team played for Westfield either last season or this upcoming season. Which one player would you choose?
Joe Margita, 100%.
Joe?
He's just that guy that'll just score anything. He will just, like that's the player you need. You got us in the midfield, then just bring it up to him and he'll score, finish the job.
Yeah, nice kid too. Yeah,
yeah.
I would say O2. I think I like the way O2 plays, just as an attacker and all around player.
Yeah, another really good guy as well. Kevin or Joel, who'd be your picks?
I think Brennan Mara from Herndon, the center back. He's really good. Solid center back. Nobody really gets past him. He's a beast.
He's one of these guys. Herndon just comes up with these big center backs. They grow them there. It's like they get a bunch of O'Connors that live in their district. 6'5", big kids that can defend. So, Kevin? Did you go? Yeah.
If I could do it all again, I would do the same exact team and pick no one from no one.
You're gonna punt on that one, huh?
My answer.
Yeah. So, well, let's talk about Coach Wiemann. Now, Coach, I know you guys, especially Joel and Ethan, had to be disappointed. Were you guys? Well, talk about that. Were you guys disappointed to hear that he's not going to coach next year? And do you guys have a sense of why he chose not to remain on?
I was definitely disappointed. I think ever since I showed up to freshman year tryouts, I already knew him before that, but just very briefly. But definitely had a strong bond with him. Definitely liked him as a coach. He was very chill. He would give us what we need and just let us do it. He never really yelled at us. He kind of just expect it to be done, and we knew that. But I was definitely disappointed when he's not gonna coach again. I think it's because his son is graduating, and he's been coaching there for a long time. So I don't blame him he's been there a long time. But our assistant coach, Coach Drew, he said he doesn't know if he's gonna coach. He said he might coach, but I'm hoping. I don't know if Joel is the same, but I'm hoping he comes back and takes the head coach job. That's it.
I definitely think Coach Erich is one of the best coaches in the area. I think you guys, the way you guys defend, just your organization and set pieces, all the things you look for in a well-coached team. Westfield had everything. So I don't even know Coach that well. He's very friendly to me when I've come by the sidelines, but just from afar, I just think he does a great job.
He was a really good motivator as well. Not only was his coaching good, but I think one of the main things that made him a good coach was his motivation skills. Because, like we said, during the times that we're down in our games at halftime, he was really good at getting us fired up and ready to go for the second half.
Yeah. It's important to have a really good coach because sometimes, your elite players like yourselves, don't want to necessarily play high school if the coach doesn't know what he's talking about because you spend a lot of time out there and you could always be playing your club. So it is important for a lot of reasons to have a good high school coach. My son played for Yorktown and the coach was brilliant, Coach Carlos. He's just one of the smartest soccer guys I've ever been around. And to have him on a high school is such a bonus that we got a chance to play for him. Because most of the time, your high school coach could be a gym teacher. He could be a gym teacher, So it's not always like a club coach. How about Nick and Joel?
Yeah, Coach Wiemann, he was like a father to me and Nick. He really cared about the whole team. Great coach overall. I think it was pretty sad that we couldn't win the state championship for him because that's one of our goals.
Yeah. Nick, you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely like a father figure in a way. He was more than just a coach. Even off the field, we would see him at events and stuff. He'd always come up to us and talk to us just about life and stuff, not always about soccer. But yeah, that's the type of coach you need. When it's more than just the sport, it's also about ourselves and him too, the relationship. Yeah, great guy.
Yeah, that's too bad. So, well, look, let's talk about Westfield going to high school there. You got beautiful sports facilities. I'm a pretty good friend with Isaac Bumgardner, the AD, such a great guy. One thing I know about Westfield is the internet's terrible in the school because
Uh,
whenever I try to get for a regional basketball game, when you try to get your ticket on your phone, you never have internet there. So I do know that about Westfield. But what is Westfield like? Is it a good place to go to school? Are the athletes respected? Lots of clicks.
Absolutely not.
What's that?
Yeah, I think yeah, it's a good school. Wait, Joel, what'd you say?
Oh no, I understand.
Joel, Joel, you don't agree with that, Joel?
Joel said absolutely not.
Nah, I didn't say that. Yeah, it's an okay school. You know, that's pretty much all I would say.
No, why do you say that? I'm not going to let you go that easy. Why do you say it's just okay?
Um, I don't know how to really put it together, but it's not a great learning environment. You know, I think the other guys can back me up here, but not a lot of good stuff going on in that school.
Oh, that's too bad. Yeah.
That's what you heard of it, bro.
Nah, that's not true.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd have to disagree with Joel. I think it's good. I think it's good. I don't think it's what Joel portrays it to be.
Let's just say there could be a lot worse. I think we're blessed to be at Westfield, in my opinion.
I think all 10 O'Connor kids have done pretty well. Have done pretty well there, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think Ethan and Kevin are kind of like just, like just almost flying in a way. They like, I mean, like Ethan's going back. Yeah, just because like Ethan's going back, so he kind of like wants to say it's a good school, of course. I mean, yeah, it's a great school. Ski halls where a lot of stuff goes down. I mean, there's fart bombs going off. Like we can't even learn sometimes. There's just fights. There's fights. Like all that stuff. I mean, other than that, yeah, it's a pretty good environment. Like the athletes are well respected. The football players, everyone's like in their own little group, but like everyone kind of like sees the athletes as like, like they play for varsity soccer, they won, districts. So, but yeah, I mean, good people overall, definitely good people. Just small things that kind of affect, if people like it or not.
What causes the fights? Is that just like normal high school stuff? I mean, I saw the disaster that happened at West.
There's a bunch of drama, typical high school things.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you saw what happened at West Potomac, that disastrous day, is that the kind of thing that could happen at Westfield?
Yes, for sure.
I don't know. I don't think it could be that extreme, but maybe something like right before that extreme. But there's a lot of stuff that goes on in Westfield, to be honest. So,
yeah. Wow.
I don't think they recently installed metal like detectors, so I don't think anything, or well, God forbid anything happens like that anywhere. But I don't think anything would happen like that at Westfield.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hopefully, you guys can show some leadership, Ethan and Joel, and get folks acting well over there.
Oh yeah.
One more thing about Westfield is it very cliquey in terms of? I know it's a very diverse school. Do you find it very cliquey in terms of nationalities and stuff, or maybe athletes and maybe partiers? I don't know what you call partiers these days, but do you find the environment cliquey?
I would say for the most part, yeah, but there are definitely some different groups that are broken apart and like in different like viewpoints of things, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's like bigger groups, but then in between those bigger groups, it's like smaller groups. So like, for example, like our whole soccer team is like, they're all one big friend group. Then like a lot of times, like we'll be each in like our own separate, like little groups, between that. But yeah, there's definitely like partiers, definitely like just athletes or like the smart people, it's diverse though. What?
I know you guys have probably heard this before, but when I went to Robinson, we had a smoking lounge in school. Can you imagine? And probably a third or half the school hung out there between classes. So it was like this outside lounge. It was huge, and I'd say 1,000 people would be out there smoking between classes, and that's where we call them the partiers. We called them grits. So they were like these. There was like these defined cliques when I was in high school, and like jocks didn't really party. We were different. So yeah, it's definitely a different time. Well, guys, let's talk about what high school soccer has meant to you. So, I mean, you guys are lucky enough that you played on a high quality team, great teammates, and a great coach. So, it's meaningful for you guys to be out, and your district is tough. So it's meaningful for you guys to be out there. How has, playing high school helped your soccer?
For me, especially last year, since I was a freshman and I was 14, so I was playing against 18-year-olds. So it was definitely a big jump from playing with only 14-year-olds to playing with guys that are 15, 16, 17, 18. So I thought it was a good experience. I mean, especially my size was an advantage because I was taller, if not similar to most of the kids, but it was honestly just a good experience playing against older, faster, stronger guys.
So Ethan, when you went back to your club last fall, you were a much more confident player having played against older kids.
Yeah, that most definitely. I think high school definitely set me up for expecting to see kids like that in the future.
Yeah, I've noticed you're very calm on the ball, which is very important for a guy of your height because you're with a high center of gravity, the ball is kind of exposed, and you're able to still be really poised. And I guess probably playing high school probably helped with
Yeah,
that.
yeah. That high school just all around helped me become a better player.
Yeah. Anybody else want to chime in?
I mean,
Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Kevin.
no, Joel, you go first.
Go ahead, Joel. Joel.
Yeah, high school. Yeah, it's been a really big part of my high school career because all the people you meet, the games are really competitive, a lot of physicality there. And then, yeah, especially the coaches, they have a lot of connections and stuff. So that could help you in your future.
Yeah. Was the practice or the practices helpful too, Joel, in that they were different from your club practices and having the variety was helpful?
Yeah, I think that the practices were different. With high school, I think it was way more intense because, yeah, there were more kids than a club team, I would say. On a high school roster, there's like 26 around there. In a club's 18. So, yeah, I think the practices would be way more intense because there's a lot of higher standards there.
Yeah. Nick, you agree with that, Nick?
Yeah, I think high school, apart from soccer, it also teaches you a lot about yourself. Because you're playing for your school. It's kind of like a big responsibility. It's just. But yeah, high school club. It's kind of the same thing. With there's obviously differences like intensity, maybe level, or as well as play style. Because in club, there's not I say as much running. In high school, I feel like there's two people coming to press me, but then in club, maybe it's one, but it's still kind of different because that one would be, it's so what I'm trying to say, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone plays
yeah.
with more confidence, and everyone's more measured at club. Whereas in high
Yeah.
school, it could just be kind of lunacy. People just flying, bodies could be flying from everywhere. So you got to be kind of prepared at all.
Yeah, and in high school, also people are watching too. Your friends. You don't want to disappoint your friends, and expectations and standards and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, I think we covered that one. So you guys mentioned the 2024 team, and again, the record was almost identical: 14 wins, 2 ties, 2 losses. How would you compare the two teams? I'm trying to think. I know you had the center back that I knew pretty well. He messaged me sometimes. But how would you compare the two teams in terms of quality? I mean, a lot of you guys started both years.
Yeah, I would say for both teams, we had very, very high quality. We were truly blessed to have such amazing players around us because obviously our record showed for both years with all those wins and stuff. But I think the one difference that we keep on reiterating about this previous year was the family, the togetherness throughout the season. I think as a whole, we were all more of a family this past season than we were the year before that.
Yeah.
I mean, like Kevin said, I think a team this year. I think the captains, honestly, I think the captains, credit to them. I think they got everyone together and kind of made it clear that if we want to be the best we can, we all have to be well bonded and just all close, like Kevin said, like a family. So I think that aspect of it really helped us improve our game.
Yeah. So Joel and Nick, do you guys want to add anything to that? But about the 24 team as compared to the 25 team?
Yeah, I think definitely like both years were really good. I mean, we lost a lot of class of 2024 players, but then I'd say, we like made up for those spots. Like we lost a few like center backs or full backs, but I think we covered it pretty good, which just made our team either the same or if not a little bit better.
Yeah, I think
Well,
even though
just
you may have lost some players, the fundamentals are the same. I mean, you defend well, set pieces, a good goalie. I mean, all the things that you need. Star player in the midfield as well. Um, uh, Michael, you have it all. Um, and we talked about the loss to McLean in the semis. Was that just as heartbreaking as the loss this year? When you lost to McLean in that was that just, or since you guys knew you had one more year left in the case of Kevin and Nick, that maybe it wasn't quite as heartbreaking as this year?
yeah,
Yeah, you explained it pretty well. It was just the fact that we knew that we had one more season, that like we knew that we could do it again. We had a whole year ahead of us, but since we lost this past year, we thought to ourselves, you know what, this is it. So it kind of hit us a little bit harder, at least for me.
Yeah.
yeah. I think same with me. I mean, especially because like I've had players on that team, like including Kevin. I've been playing with Kevin since I was 7 years old, and like to think about it, that was my last game playing with him after playing with him for like a long time, like 7, 8 years. So it definitely hurt.
Yeah.
Like kind of like they said, I think since this year I was a lot closer with the kids in the team. It was a lot more heartbreaking to know that that was the last game playing with them. Or rather, as last year I wasn't as close with the seniors and stuff, but it's just especially since he's my brother. I mean, like we won't ever get to play again. I thought the 2 years that we did get to play together though were great experience.
Yeah. Yep. Well, we covered this season, pretty much in depth. I would want to ask, when you lose by penalties like you did, is there anything you think you could have done differently to be more prepared for the Herndon game so it did not go to penalties? I mean, when you look back on the season, penalties is always going to be a little bit of a crapshoot. And I mean, you practice penalties, you put your best shooters, your goalies practice as well, but it's a 50-50 in most cases, and you guys just happen to have the wrong side of the coin both times. Are there things you think you could have done in retrospect during the year to have you more prepared to play Herndon?
For the Herndon game specifically, since we had the rain delay, we had time to go to the locker room and go over stuff and try to make a game plan for it. And I think what we could have changed was take it more serious, because I think in the locker room we didn't really stay locked in. We were kind of goofing off. So I think that kind of played a role in our performance after the rain break, because we conceded very, very early after that break. And I think it was hard because it took us getting conceded on to actually wake up and start actually picking it up and stuff like that. So I think had we prepared better in the locker room and came out sharper, we could have prevented the goal, and the game could have ended differently.
And they scored pretty quickly right off the.
Yeah.
It was
like
within the first
I think
5
it was
minutes.
the first 2 minutes, something like that. So very quick.
That must have been a very deflating moment when they scored quickly.
Yeah, it was. I mean, since it was 1-1, it was basically a 0-0 game, so we knew we had to outplay them for the rest of the match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Anyone
agree
else?
with Ethan.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the rain break really threw us off. We in the locker room we were just really chilling. Since we were up a goal, we didn't really think much of it. Like Ethan said, we didn't stay locked in. And going back out on the field, we didn't perform as we should have had.
Yeah. Yeah, I talked to one of the Herndon dads after the game, and he told me there was Andrew Tunley's dad. He told me it was a different game in the second half. He said that he thought maybe Westfield got the best of the play in the first half, and he said in the second half he thought it was Herndon's game to lose.
Yeah, I thought we dominated the first, however, I think it was like 25 minutes we were playing, or was it?
I think the rain delay was called at halftime.
Oh, at halftime. So
40
yeah,
minutes.
the whole first half, I think we dominated and we looked like we deserved to win that game. But then after that, I think we could all say that Herndon outperformed us clearly, and then it was just too late for us to turn it around.
Yeah.
It's so interesting because if the game would have gone to 10 o'clock and there was any more lightning, you guys could have won by forfeit. It would have been not forfeit. You would have won by the final score of 1-0 if you were ahead, and it would have been up to you guys whether to play the rest of the game on Monday. So you guys, your coach would have had a choice if you'd have been ahead 1-0 and they could not resume before 10 o'clock. So it would have been a very tough position for your coach to be in because, Coach Steffi's a real nice guy, but, you're ahead. It happened to us. It happened to Yorktown, and we beat Oakton that way. And the Oakton coach, well, I don't want to start anything, but it caused a lot of grief. Well, anyway, great season, guys. Let's move on. I wanted to ask you about next year. Why don't we start with the graduates and just talk about why you chose Stevenson and also Creighton. Why don't you go first, Nick? Why'd you choose Stevenson, and what are some of your goals for in the classroom and also in soccer?
I think
they just disconnected.
I think they lost connection.
All right, well, we'll go with Nick. I'm sorry. We'll go with Kevin first. So, Kevin, why'd you choose Creighton? And what are some of the things you want to accomplish, and what do you want to major in?
The reason I chose Creighton was because my dad went there and he grew up in Nebraska.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Before him and my mom moved out here to Virginia. So he spent his first 2 years of college there also. So I felt like I had a little bit of a connection there. And then not only that, I also got baptized at the church on campus there.
Oh, cool.
So I felt like I had all these connections, and I just felt like it would be cool to maybe explore something more Western in that area. So that was the main reason why I chose to go out there. And then I will be majoring in business broadly, but basically just accounting.
Yeah.
Because that's also what my dad does. And I guess some of the things I hope to accomplish is, honestly, I'm going to just focus on my grades now. And then if I miss soccer that much, I could do it the next year. So I'm going to take time to really focus on school. And I just hope to have a good time, honestly. That's like my only hope for when I'm there.
Kevin, do you have relatives that are still in the area?
Yeah, so my aunt, my dad's sister, she lives just like 20 minutes from the campus, which will be nice. So I have someone out there, so just in case I need family or whatever.
Do you find Midwesterners different than folks from the DC area?
Yeah, I'd say so. I usually say whenever I'm out there in Nebraska, it feels different. Like I say the air is different. I don't know why, but they're all very nice people from Nebraska. So I'm really excited to just to be out there.
Yeah, Creighton's in the Big East now, which is kind of strange. At least I believe they are. Yeah, and soccer, I know they are. They don't have much of a football tradition, but they've had great basketball tradition. Are you a big basketball fan?
Yeah. So my dad was always a basketball fan growing up. So me and Ethan, we both played basketball growing up along with soccer. And then I also played freshman basketball and then later quit. And so did you, right?
Yeah, I played
year
freshman basketball.
So I always kind of watch basketball, not like hardcore, but like I like to watch college ball every once in a while. And like you said, they don't have a football team there. So they just focus on their like girls volleyball, the boys soccer, and the boys basketball.
Yeah, well, that's great. Well, best of luck out there, Kevin. We're going to miss you on the soccer field, but I know you're going to do great. Keep in touch.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, sure. Ethan, what about you now? I know, I guess, was it June 15th, your sophomore year? Colleges can start texting you and contacting you. Have you thought a lot about the next level, or are you just still kind of focused on your game in high school?
Yeah, I've definitely thought about the next level. For me, that's obviously the end goal. My goal is to play in college. Obviously my goal is to play D1. Obviously I'd play D3 too, but D1's the main goal.
Yeah. Have you gotten any interest from D1 schools yet?
Yeah, I've got a couple. I think I don't want to
No, you don't have to say.
I don't want to give a number, but yeah, I have.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's any way you're not going to be a Division I player. I think it's clear. When you think about college soccer, are you playing soccer because you love it and you want to go to college, or would you think about a career in soccer beyond that, or do you just kind of take it one step at a time?
Honestly, one step at a time. I mean, obviously, I love the game. I love watching it. I love playing it. I mean, I love everything about soccer, and to get an education while doing what you love, I think is like a perfect bundle. Um, playing in college, obviously, you see people get picked up in the MLS Super Draft and stuff like that. I mean, obviously, I haven't thought about that, but if I do get to the D1 level and maybe get to that, then obviously I would consider it.
Yeah. What are you going to do for club soccer next season?
Like, what team am I going to be at?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm staying at VDA, so Virginia Development Academy. This will be my 5th year playing for them, so I've been playing with them ever since U13.
And some of the Herndon kids are on your team, right? On the Herndon high school team?
Not on my team. O2 played on VDA. Liche played.
Yeah.
He's an 08, so he's on a year above me.
Okay, Liche and Erich Marinko is on the same team as Liche, right? Or not Erich?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. And did you feel any pressure on this MLS Next thing that's going on? Did you to switch clubs, or are you happy where you are?
I'm very happy where I am. I have a great relationship with the coaches at VDA. I've been there for 5 years, so obviously over those 5 years, we've built a connection. And honestly, they have good connections to colleges too, so I think they can get me to where I want to be. And me personally, I don't think there's much of a difference between MLS Next and ECNL. I think it's very similar level. Although like the MLS academies, obviously that's where the highest players go. That's where everyone wants to get scouted to go. But other than that, I think just regular MLS Next clubs aren't like the MLS. The whole idea of MLS Next is better than ECNL. I just disagree with that because my team ECNL, we've beaten plenty of MLS Next teams, so I don't think there's much of a difference.
And the other great ECNL team with the Arlington team, they beat DC United 3-0. I'm glad you didn't drink the MLS Next Kool-Aid. Not that you can't be a good player and get a good experience there, but you don't have to be. Be in a club where you're happy. I see all these kids in Loudoun where I live now, and they're going MLS Next 2 like it's some kind of game changer. It's like,
I've seen that too. I mean, I've seen that a lot of MLS 2 players. Not taking anything away from them, obviously, but they're just, I feel like, I don't know, they have this whole idea that MLS is way up here and ECNL, anything else is way down here, but which obviously I disagree with.
Yeah. If you're a good player, people are going to find you and they're not going to ask a whole lot of questions about
definitely
what league you're in. All right, guys, this has been great. Last question. Handicap next year's team. Again, I think you guys have a lot of quality coming back. I don't know what most of the teams in the area have, but I really think you guys are going to have some big losses, but you guys also have some quality coming back. What do you guys think?
So I think we're going to be very good next year. Obviously, we're losing a lot of key players. I think we had 12 seniors, so obviously a huge loss. 12 people to a 24, we'll say, person team. That leaves about half the team left. But I think the squad that we'll have next year will definitely pick up from what we left off. I think we're, like you said, I think next year will also be a very well-rounded team. Defense, tack, goalie, midfield, everything about it. I think will be very good.
Your goalie graduates though, right?
Yeah, he graduated. Yeah, we have our backup goalie. He's pretty good. He's really good, actually. I don't know if he should play soccer again. I don't think he plays club soccer, but I anticipate he's going to play. And then we have very good JV goalies too coming up, so they'll be very good.
Yeah, Kevin, what's your opinion from what will be 1,000 or so miles away?
Yeah, so I'm very excited to watch them. I mean, I'm most definitely going to watch since Ethan's my younger brother and he'll be on the team. But based off what I've seen, I think we got a lot of guys that aren't content with losing. So even if we did lose a lot of guys, they would hate the idea of losing. So that would give them a lot more motivation to win, even if the team did drastically change for the worse this year. Mm-hmm. But I think with the guys that are returning, like Ethan, Giannis, Joel, Reyes, and we also have a kid that wasn't allowed to play last year who transferred before the year, Esty. He's going to be really good, I think. And I think a lot of people maybe There might be some people transferring in. I can't really remember, but I mean, the more help that they get, the better, obviously. But I'm for sure confident that they're gonna succeed next year.
Yeah, I think you guys will definitely once again be one of the best teams in the area. And the thing is, though, no matter how good you are, it's really going to be hard to duplicate or beat the records you guys have had the last 2 years. But maybe you can get over the hump and get to the state playoffs, and who knows what can happen from there. Look, guys, say hello to your parents for me. I got really nice notes from both of them after the season thanking me, and it means a lot. It seem like really good people. They've raised great kids. I know your sister's at CNU, I believe.
Yeah,
but transferring to Virginia Tech.
Yeah, she's actually transferring to Virginia Tech. Yeah.
Oh, she's going to Tech. Okay, and then you have one more. There's 4 of you guys, right?
Yeah,
there's 5 of us.
Yeah, we have a younger sister as well who's going into 8th grade.
Yeah, we have a 12-year-old sister. She's about to turn 13.
And then our oldest just graduated from South Carolina. She's going to go to George Washington for
PT school.
Yeah.
So 5 of us.
There's a lot of moving parts in our family for sure.
It is. Well, Ethan, you better get a scholarship. Take it easy on your parents. You know.
I do. That's the goal.
My son just got a scholarship for his last year at UVA. It's just like $45,000 in my pocket now.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's amazing. So
any scholarship is great.
Yeah, exactly. Well, look, guys, really appreciate it. It was nice meeting Joel and Nick as well. They looked like they had a lot going on, but it was still great meeting them. Look, you guys had a great run at Westfield. Really excited to watch Ethan next year as well. But yeah, thanks for doing that, and I'm sure I'll be seeing you guys at least online really soon.
Definitely. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Brown.
No, it's been great. Take care, guys.